Regarding the disease of HIV, I didn't know too much about it. I heard a lot about it on the news, I heard a lot about it on TV stations, etc., but I didn't really consider myself as being in that population. I was a single mother. I had been married, now divorced, raising 2 teenage children, working as a professor. I donated blood, and I didn't think nothing about it. About a week later, I got a call saying that they wanted to discuss my blood donation with me. Initially, I was stunned, and I said, well, how could that happen? Because I didn't feel like I was in the population. So I believe my faith was a little bit shaken at that point. It's like, okay, God, what's going on here? Is this a test?
Back in the early 80s, 81, 82 was when I found out that I was positive. I had got pneumonia or something. I was sick, and that's what landed me into the hospital. They walk in and he's like, hi, Paul, good morning. I have some news for you. And I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong? Am I dying or something? So he's like, Paul, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you've been diagnosed with HIV. It didn't hit me. I was unaware of what that consisted of. I didn't want no family members knowing about it. I didn't want anybody to know my status. I began to suppress that by drinking alcohol, using drugs back then.
Before I found out my status, I worked just like anybody else. I loved my family and I went to school. Long story short, I went into the health department and found out that I had, was HIV positive. They sure make you sweat it. Just the word HIV, I remember I couldn't really get it out of my head. I didn't really know a lot about it. And stuff like CD4 count, viral load, it was just too overwhelming to really understand. I didn't really care to.
My son, when I told him, he actually grabbed me. He's a big football player guy. So he grabbed me and I couldn't break loose and he just started kissing me all over my face. And that was his way of showing me, I'm not scared of you. I understand it. We're gonna fight this. My father's a minister, and he said, what are you going to do with it? I said, well, what do you mean? He said, are you going to, get angry? Are you going to live in your anger? Are you going to live in self-pity? What are you going to do with this now since you have it? And I think that was a paradigm shift for me, because at that point I decided to advocate, to get the knowledge out and to somehow erase the stigma.
When I found out my status, I didn't know what was HIV. I'll be honest, whenever I had to come clean to my family, that was a little weird. I talk about my sex life to my aunt. That was just weird. My aunt's the kind of person that, immediately she has this unconditional love. I feel like I became more responsible, became more mature, more adult-like, and just opened my pathway really to, what I want to do with my life.
I met my wife in church, and I was sitting in a pew, and I just happened to turn around, and I saw her, and she was sitting there. Wow, she looked so beautiful. We fell in love thereafter. We had got married. She was willing to stay with me. She wasn't going to leave me. We'll work. Her words, we'll work this together. We'll work this out together. We had gotten a notice that our rent was due. We didn't know how or where we were going to get the rent from. One of the caseworkers at Harry General Hospital referred us to Nashville Cares. I was calling him, are they going to help us? We're getting ready to get put out. They're going to do this, and I'm stressing. And he said, don't worry about it. They're going to help you. They paid us all the way out for that year.
I saw Nashville Cares on Facebook one day, and when I came, it was like I had an immediate connection. The mental component is a really big piece in surviving with this disease. And so I started volunteering at Nashville Cares. And it's been really a life-saving community for me. As far as the information, as far as helping other people and meeting people that really support me.
I really like the Peers program, all the testings that they do, things they do with the AIDS walk, just seeing how much love and care that Nashville Cares has, it's kind of inspired me to go to school to do that kind of thing, get my bachelor degree in social work, work with other people that were once like me, before HIV ever came into my life.
That's what Nashville Cares kind of does. It shows that everything is connected. It's not just this is your physical and this is your mental and this is your spiritual. It connects everything together. And that's how you live successfully with this disease. If Nashville Cares was not around, I think it would be a real gap in treatment for a lot of people.
My wife is gone, but Nashville Cares was really there. They stepped in just in time when I needed them. When I thought all was lost, I didn't have no door, didn't have a direction. I thank God for them. I really do. I thank God for them being there for me and for my wife. And they're there even for me still right now after my wife is gone.
And today, I don't know who gave me HIV, but I've gone past that path, it doesn't really matter. HIV is, not who I am. My name is Nathan Pate, and, that's who I am.
I am a strong woman. It's not all of me, but it is a major component that I have to live with. I'm gonna take this component and I'm gonna piece it together and I'm gonna live with it and I'm gonna move forward with it and hopefully help other people.
Through HIV, I learned a lot. It's not a death sentence. It's a way of God getting my attention to my risky behavior that I was doing. Now that He has my attention, I don't need those things no longer. I could continue living a good life.